Welcome to the Configure Price Quote podcast. My name is Frank Sohn and I'm the founder of zipCPQ Consulting. This podcast is 100% focused on Configure Price Quote, also known as CPQ, and will provide you useful insights into this topic. My guests today are Rob Zesch, President of TraceParts and CEO and founder of Helioz Technologies, and Mladen Sudar, Chief Visionary and Success Officer at Helioz Technologies. So TraceParts is a 3D content provider for engineering, has around 80 employees, and is based in Saint-Romain in France. And Helioz Technologies develops and implements product configuration solutions, has around 30 employees, and is based in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, Rob lives with his family in Cincinnati and Florida and has 30 plus years of business experience. Welcome, Rob, to the CPQ podcast.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Very happy to have you. And Mladen lives with his family in Croatia and has over 25 years of business experience. I'm very excited to have him too. Welcome, Mladen, to the CPQ podcast.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Very excited to have you both. And let's start maybe by telling our listeners what you did before you worked with TraceParts and Helioz Technologies. And let's maybe start with Rob here.
Well, I started my career at an amazing engineering software company here in Cincinnati called Structural Dynamics Research Corporation, or SDRC, which many years later was acquired by Siemens and remains part of Siemens. That's where my background got started as a mechanical engineer and doing mechanical design automation things and basically everything 3D. After SDRC, I invested in an e-learning company here in Cincinnati, helped the founder by running the sales operation for a couple of years. And then I invested in a 3D catalog business, which I built up over a period of 14 years, after which I founded Helioz Technologies in 2017. And we rapidly built Helioz up to a 30-plus person company that it is today. And in 2018, literally the next year, I founded TraceParts America along with Gabriel Guigues, the co-founder and CEO of TraceParts SAS in France. So that's a quick history.
Super exciting. So a serial entrepreneur. So they're very interested to see what you answer to all the questions that I've prepared today. But before we go there, Mladen, what did you do before you joined Helioz Technologies in 2017?
Well, my story is quite similar to Rob's, and actually we've been working together since 2000 with a company that was developing the configurators and 3D visualization of the mechanical, electrical, and BIM components. At that time, we have created many great solutions to our customers, and we learned that the flexibility that we were providing was the goal to meet the needs of the customers. That is why, basically, when Rob has founded Helioz Technologies, I thought, okay, this is a great opportunity to actually support the customers in a proper way. We also learned over there that the engineering tools that we've been building over at that time are not actually sufficient for the standard processes in the companies, and that's why we started with the CPQ tool that is actually a next level of the service.
Excellent. Now, one thing I have to ask, and that question is for Rob here, right? So, I mean, you're a very dynamic person, obviously, right? So, but why did you want to work for two companies at the same time?
Well, I made a life decision around the year 2000 that any company that I was going to work with, I wanted to also be invested in or an owner or the owner of. And so when I founded TraceParts America with Gabriel in 2017, I had an important decision to make, and that was, do I keep Helioz Technologies a separate company, or do I combine it with TraceParts America into one? And I made the decision to keep the company separate because really one of my life goals was to own and operate my own business. And obviously combining it would sort of take some of that away. So we moved forward with Helioz as a separate company, and we made Helioz the exclusive technology provider to TraceParts America, or I should say implementation services provider to TraceParts America. And that also allowed us the flexibility to create other cloud-based applications that were not in the 3D CAD space, which is the area of focus of TraceParts.
Mhm. And I want to follow up here on something, because you mentioned in the prep call for the podcast, right, that you're also investing in companies. What exactly do you do, and how do you find the time to do all these things at the same time?
Well, investing really is a hobby for me. I really got the bug from my mother-in-law, who's amazing at investing and researching investments. So it's easy to find the time because it's really part of every day. When I work out in the morning, when I find the time for that lately, admittedly, I'm watching CNBC the entire time I work out. I love their morning shows, and I'm reading all the time. I enjoy meeting people, learning about their vision and experiences. And when I see an interesting concept and a talented team to operate a business, I'm always open to the possibility of investing. And a recent example, well, relatively recent, I was on the board of governors of the Aerospace Industries Association. One day I was at a lunch and I met a guy who it turned out was just literally 2 exits from me off the highway here in Cincinnati. He had founded a company called Supply Dynamics, and I worked with him. I helped him find investors. We secured investment. I invested alongside the investment company, and we sold the company a few months ago, and we did very, very well with an above average multiple on the annual recurring revenue. So it was a win for everyone. So yeah. Investing is a lot of fun.
Very exciting. Now, let me ask a question for Mladen, right? So what do you consider the most exciting part of being in the CPQ and the visualization space at this time?
Humans are visual. They like to see what they are buying and how that will fit in their own design. So me having so many years in the business of configurators, it is really exciting to see the customers are happy with the product and their customers are happy as well. Me being an engineer and being a very impatient engineer, actually, I really enjoy when we create the solution that cuts the processes in half and provides the user experience that is intuitive and easy to use and make them happy and happy.
Great. Then let me ask one question that I ask every guest on the CPQ podcast, and that is, what do you do when you don't work? And let's start with Mladen.
So I do not have occasions that I'm not working very often, but when I'm not working, I do the STEM programs to kids in my city. So 7-8 years ago, we have founded an NGO that is focused on the STEM education for the kids. I personally do the trainings for the kids. I do the programming, Python, for example. Then we do the robotics, the IoT stuff, and similar. In the past, my 3 daughters that were younger, and as you know, girls, I wanted them to be included in the STEM education, and that's how we started. I also do the running. I run the trails and triathlons, but I don't train. I only run the races, so that can be very challenging.
Wow. So when you say you run the triathlon, is that the regular one, or is that a shortened version of it?
Well, you have basically the 3 versions. I run the sprint, which in my case is not sprint at all. It's the shortest one.
Okay, excellent. Now, same question to Rob. Rob, what do you like to do when you don't work?
Well, I have several hobbies. I enjoy boating, hiking, traveling around the world. But my most passionate hobby is definitely photography. I invest in the best available technology. Of course, my iPhone 14 Pro Max, gives my professional camera gear a run for the money. But I enjoy photographing hockey and tennis. I've actually photographed multiple presidents of the United States, which can always be interesting. Talking to the Secret Service and the White House staff about how photos can and can't be used and this and that. So, but photography is definitely my favorite hobby.
No, and I remember when we did the prep call for the meeting, right? So you showed me a bunch of very, very impressive pictures, and you said you took around 9,000 pictures at a tennis event in Cincinnati, right?
That's actually true. And one of the challenges with the latest mirrorless cameras is that the one that I have right now, which is the Canon R3, shoots up to 30 frames per second, and those are still photos at full resolution in RAW format. So yeah, you have to spend a lot of time editing the photos after the fact, but you get the ball exactly where you want it. You get the exact expression you want on the player's face, and it's really incredible, the technology.
The pictures were awesome. There's no question about it.
Thank you.
Very exciting. And I think it was the first person who mentioned that as a hobby, and where I saw all the images, and it was really impressive. So it looks like a professional photographer. Anyway, we're not here to talk about photography. We want to talk about Helioz and a little bit about TraceParts, right? So Mladen, let's maybe start by telling our listeners what products and services Helioz Technology offers.
I'll let Rob to answer on that question.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Helioz has two main SaaS applications, zipCPQ, which is the primary focus for today, Palette Insights, which is another application that we've developed, and we have several applications that are currently in development. zipCPQ is a CPQ platform that enables companies to sell more through web platforms, while Palette Insights is an ERP application for the wooden pallet recycling business, taking care of the whole life cycle of a wooden pallet. Both applications are cloud-based applications with a high level of flexibility, and that flexibility includes integration to different systems as well as customizations of the UI, UX, etc. And we also offer consulting services as well as content creation services, primarily generating logic and rules for configurators, but our engineers can help our customers with CAD and visualization as well. And we also do some electrical CAD schematics, E-plan macros, that type of thing. And we integrate with over 50 CAD applications. I think we're going to talk maybe more about that later on the call. Oh,
wow. Very cool. And what industries do you focus on beside the pallet industry, what you mentioned there?
So the zipCPQ application is a very flexible system that can be used on many different types of products. Although we have other types of products in the portfolio, most of the customers come from the crane and elevator industries. We also do work with patio covers and cylinders, valves, electronic components, and the like.
Okay. Very interesting. And what customer size is typically your target?
Well, small to medium-sized businesses tend to be the best fit for us. But it's amazing how often we get requests from Fortune 100 companies that don't have the internal resources or access to the internal resources. Sometimes it's in timely enough manner to meet their requirements. So it's not unusual for us to work with larger companies, but for the most part, small to medium-sized businesses would be the core focus.
Got it. And what geographies do you focus on? Is that North America and Europe, or?
It's funny because we have a business partner who has focused their entire business and probably very smartly so on the DACH region in Europe, right? Mm-hmm. So that's Switzerland, Austria, Germany. Helioz, we have customers in Europe, the United States, Asia, Australia. So we haven't been as focused on one particular geography, but with myself being located in Cincinnati, the United States does tend to be an area of focus for us. But with Mladen and the team located in Eastern Europe, Europe is a natural secondary focus for us.
Got it. And I think one thing that's interesting, since we talk a little bit about both companies, Helioz Technology and TraceParts, how do the two companies work together?
So, as I shared earlier, when I founded TraceParts America, we set it up in such a way that Helioz is the exclusive service provider for TraceParts customers in North America. And the Helioz team has done an awesome job working with our clients, and the other parts of TraceParts have seen that. So we're doing work for other parts of TraceParts around the world for content, configurator, and even software development. The Helioz team is an integral part of the TraceParts operation, and our customer service and responsiveness is second to none, which is why our customers love working with us. TraceParts is a sales partner for Helioz and for zipCPQ. So whenever they see a customer that has requirements in this area, they bring us in, which is a huge advantage for Helioz because TraceParts has 1,500 catalogs, over 1,000 customers, which is a great source of opportunity for us.
NovoCPQ Consulting helps you with all CPQ related questions. For example, we help customers to find the best CPQ solution for their business, and we help customers analyze their current business process to determine if and where CPQ can help. Here it's important to point out that we are 100% independent and always look out for our customers first. This means for us also that we don't get paid by any CPQ vendor for providing them new customers or for any other services. We are focused on our customers and always provide the best available information to them. We also help system integrators to improve their services, and we offer the only CPQ industry subscription that provides monthly CPQ news and trends. We have many other services, so check it out today at novocpq.com. Send me an email to frank.sohn@novocpq.com to learn how we can help you with your CPQ questions, and keep us in mind when you look for 100% impartial CPQ advice. And what are generally the top 3 capabilities that your customers ask for?
Okay, so just to list 3 of them, maybe the first one would definitely be visualization. As I mentioned before, the visualization of the configured products and the generation of the CAD output is definitely number 1 request by our customers. And it may be because we are focused on such customers that have such need, I don't know, but it's definitely number 1 request. Our customers are aware that the products that are designed in their custom design, they will most likely end up as a request for quote or probably the purchase order. That I believe that this is the reason why the visualization is a main request. Also, talking about the visualization, the more and more often customers require more and more interactivity and dynamics in the process of customization. So if we can do the drag and drop or similar solutions, the customers will be happy. We will be happy because this is also, for me as an engineer, that is the exciting part of the work. The next one, probably integrations and how to leverage existing content. So they come to us and they ask us, can you integrate with my existing systems? Can you leverage my existing product data? Of course, our answer is yes, because we always try to leverage existing information as much as possible and to connect to other systems and shape our solution to use the existing data and to save the effort and the possibility of errors that can happen if the data is not used from the single source of the truth.
And let me ask one question here, especially integrations important for every CPQ customer, right? So what off-the-shelf integrations do you offer to your customer, to CRM, ERP, PLM systems, CAD systems, and so on? Anything you want to mention?
Well, there are some of them, the most known, like Salesforce, like HubSpot, like SAP, like Microsoft Nav, Microsoft Dynamics, the cloud version of it. I don't know, Sage and similar. That Odoo, for example, PIMCore, I don't know, all those things we have out of box. Plus, we also are trying and working with our partners all over the world to implement the connections to the systems, the other systems that are more like local and regional that are used in Australia, for example. They have some of the systems that are commonly used over there. So we have partners that help us to integrate with such solutions.
And seems like so then integrations is a special strength of Helioz Technologies. How many integrations do you offer right now without naming them all separately? You have over 20, 30, 40, 50 different integrations that you offer?
I would say so. Something around 30, I would say.
If we include the CAD integrations that we have, the number, balloons, because we can integrate natively to over 50 different CAD applications. We believe this is a true uniqueness for Helioz and zipCPQ, and the way that we've architected zipCPQ, we can work with a client in the CAD application of their choosing. So we can integrate TraceParts, we can integrate the KIM GmbH CAD click application. We work with Onshape, and from a UI UX point of view, we can make the solution basically look however we'd like it to look on screen.
I think that's the third request, the most often third request from the customers: customization. Can you make it to look my way, the way how my processes are organized, how everything works for us? And the answer is always yes, because the way how we built this system is a way that enables us to do a lot of customization.
Got it. Now, looking forward, what do you think? What's going to be the most interesting growth opportunity for you for the next 12 months or so?
So Helioz has been focused on building a great solution with zipCPQ, and frankly, less focused on sales and marketing that we could be or should be. We've had several parties express interest in partnering with us or investing in us or even acquiring Helioz and or zipCPQ. But I think we're really at the beginning of this journey. Of course, one has to, consider each and every opportunity to take a fork in the road. But for now, growing our sales and marketing operation and distribution channels is a key opportunity for us, and I think probably the one that would best serve us.
Excellent, got it. And one question which is interesting for every customer is obviously who is implementing the solution. Are you implementing the solution right now only? And what's the plan going forward? You will keep doing that yourself, or you will keep partnering with system implementers?
Currently, in most cases, we do it by ourselves. But long term, of course, we will definitely we will be working to build a network of partners. We are already doing that, as I mentioned before, in some of the regions where there are specific requirements. But we also work heavily on a very detailed documentation of our system, and that should help our partners to support us and our integrations.
Got it. So now I have a couple of questions which talk about features and functions, right? And from a customer perspective. And what should customers know about your configurator in one or two sentences?
From a product configurator and visualization standpoint, the product configurator is definitely a key part of zipCPQ. It allows customers to visualize the products they're considering buying and make changes to features and specifications as needed. This gives customers a good idea of what they're buying, makes it easier in order for them to select the product and purchase the product once the decision has been made. Pricing capabilities. zipCPQ can manage complex pricing scenarios, including discounting, bundling, product variations. We also handle distributor discounting and those types of things. It can also automate the creation of quotes and invoices, making the process faster and more accurate. And this can help businesses save time and money while still providing accurate quotes to customers.
Excellent. And what about quoting capabilities?
Right. So quoting in zipCPQ is a streamlined process that helps sales representatives quickly create accurate quotes for their customers. Of course, depending on the implementation scenario, there's self-service solutions. Many of the ones that we've created are self-service, where the customer gets the quote directly themselves. Sometimes we have a quote management application. Sometimes the requested quote gets submitted to the quote management application and has to be reviewed and approved before the customer can put a digital signature on the document and move forward with their order.
And one thing I think is also interesting, I see more customers asking for capabilities regarding real-time analytics, right? So how is that for you? You see anything like, for example, asking for suggested price, upper, lower price limits and things like that?
Yeah, that's absolutely coming, and the more and more often people are looking for more business intelligence capabilities that will lead the customer to the best solution for their requirements. So for us, guiding selling capability based on the real-time analytics is right now and will be very important as part of the zipCPQ tool. That is why this is one of our focuses when we talk about the development, and we are already having some solutions, but we are working heavily to improve those solutions.
Excellent. Got it. Now, one thing I guess is also interesting for every customer is they get an idea when they work with Helioz Technologies. How long is a typical project for you? And I know it's a kind of a fuzzy question, right? So, but when you look across all the projects you've run so far, what should customers expect as a minimum?
So when we work on the projects, we always start with analysis of the tools and processes, because as I said, we always tend to leverage the existing systems. With that information that we collect from the analysis, we propose the implementation of our solution and integration with all existing systems to make the process seamless, automated as much as it is possible. The one more very, very important thing I think that is what we try to do is that we are always looking to find or establish single source of the truth for all the data. That can be our system, that can be ERP system, whatever. But that is one important thing that we try to establish, and that's what the customers should kind of have in mind when they want to start working on such a project. The time to finish the project depends really on the size of the project and number of the products, and so on and so on. But also it depends on how the customer is actually ready to digitize their know-how, because very often there is no single source of the truth. There is no written rules and logic for the products, how they are sold together, parts and stuff like that. So let me put it this way: if the project is small, then it can be up to 3 to 4 months, and of course larger projects can take more.
Got it. And now let's talk a little bit about solution architecture, right? And what you use for Helioz Technologies.
Rob mentioned that zipCPQ is a cloud-based application. It is modular application with high level of flexibility and great customization support. We are continuously adding features and functionalities and building the API support for them. At this moment, we are providing the full service and integration with the existing systems, and therefore, so we do it. So therefore, there is no high demand for the API from our side, but we have it ready and it's fully documented. And when we talk about the architecture of the software, we say that it is a headless architecture. It is often referred to as MACH architecture, which is microservices-based, API-first, cloud-native, and headless. Such architecture enables us to have a lot of freedom and flexibility to remove the link between the front end and the back backend, and that way we can upgrade and customize both front end and the backend independently, and it will not cause any damage to the system.
Excellent. Very interesting. So, but unfortunately, we're coming to the end of this episode. Hence, my last question: what's a good way for interested listeners to get in contact with you in case they have any follow-up questions for you?
Right. So the website, www.helioztechnologies.com, it would be the general website for finding out about us. We also have a website dedicated to zipCPQ called www.zipCPQ.com, or people are welcome to call me on my cell phone, 513-460-9950, and we look forward to the opportunity.
Excellent. Very exciting. Thank you very much for making time for the CPQ podcast today.
Thank you very much, Frank.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank everyone for listening and hope you learned something interesting today. If you like the podcast, please go ahead and rate it on iTunes or share it with your friends and colleagues. In the meantime, you can find us online at www.novoscpq.com. So long, everyone.